So yesterday we were going through this constructor right here, and then we were also talking about this constructor on here, or is this a construction on the CPP file? Let's go over and see what we can see. All right, let's copy this, go to ChatGPT and say, is this a construction? Yes, it's constructor. It is still a constructor. I was thinking it might be a constructor. Pardon me, construction. Anyway, so let's go back over to this. All right, so this is the CPP, and this is the actual constructor itself. So we're saying, okay, I don't know, I don't understand this part. So what's up with this part? What's up with this part? All right. There's a way to define piece. All right, piece is the name of the class, of course. And then this part is the scope resolution operator. It is used to specify which class or namespace a particular function or variable belongs to. Scope resolution operator. Go over this in simple terms. All right. All right. So in C++, another thing before we go further, I understand now why this isn't as simple as we would like, as I would like. When I say give it to me in simple terms, imagine this. Don't even imagine it. This is how it is. Everything that ChatGPT has been trained on, regarding computer science, has been written by nerds, right? Of course, because before Codeman S showed up, it's only been nerds doing this stuff. I'm sure there are outliers, but none of them famous. But I mean, look at Elon, look at Bill Gates, look at all of them, nerds. All of them are nerds, and that's why these are so hard to understand. Is because if we know one thing about nerds, it's they love to use complicated language to feel superior to other people. It's like their cope for not going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Because if they went to the gym, they know that regular people, or at least in shape people, don't want to hear that crap. They want to hear it real nice, real easy. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Let's get back to it. All right. So in C++, this symbol is called the scope resolution operator. It's used to specify exactly where we could have said anything but that. Exactly where something belongs or comes from. Particularly when the name, particularly this right here, these two, we could have done without those words. When the same names might be used in different parts of the program. Here's a straightforward way to think about it. We'll see. Class context. When we see something like piece, piece, blah blah blah, the scope resolution operator tells us that the piece function is specifically, another one, part of the piece class. This is important because we might have functions with the same name in different classes, and we need to be clear about which one we're referring to. This tells us that the piece function is specifically part of the piece class. Okay. So does that mean it's adding it specifically to, the class? I don't know. Anyway, namespace context. If we're using multiple libraries or parts of a program that might have functions or variables with the same names, namespaces help organize and separate these to avoid conflict. For example, if we have a function called sort in two different libraries, namespaces help distinguish them, like standard sort for the standard library sort. What about the other one, bro? Anyway, why not two? Oh yeah, because it's ChatGPT. This isn't nobody actually wrote this. My bad. In essence, the scope resolution operator helps avoid confusion by being specific about where certain pieces of code belong. Pardon me. Whether they're functions in a class or elements in a namespace. So I guess this specifically belongs to, well, okay, how about this? What would happen if we didn't include it? What would happen if we didn't include it? If we didn't include the scope or when necessary, it could lead to several blah blah ambiguity and errors. If we're defining or using a member of a class, like a function or variable, outside the class itself, don't use this. The compiler won't know that we're referring to a member of that specific class. So if we try to do this, without this, the compiler will not recognize it as the definition of the constructor for the class piece. Instead, it might think it's a standalone function that happens to have the same name as the class. Similarly, if we use a function or variable from a namespace without the scope resolution operator, and there's a similar name defined in our local scope, the compiler will use the local definition rather than the one from the namespace. And this could lead to unexpected behavior if the local function or variable does something different from what the namespace version does. Okay. Also, inside the class, I wish we could mess up a million times and actually see the bad stuff that would go on with it, but honestly, we can't right now because we have the answer right here. So yeah, include this, I guess, when ChatGPT says so, because honestly, I don't know what this says. I don't know what, look at all these words. I'm like, when I said simple, I did say simple, right? Yeah, right there. It said simple terms, and this is what it gives us. So we're pretty much still, I'm pretty much still confused as to what it is, but I know that we need to put it there beforehand. But we need to put it there in this case, and there are cases where we don't. And I don't know what's what, but it is what it is. So there's that on that. Let's actually go through the rest of it because there's really nothing else new on here. So here's the whatever there's something guards, the header guards right here for board H. Okay. And then const int board size equals 8. So we've got that little modifier with the type, with the data type, board size 8. All right. Functions to handle the board. So we've got initialized board, and that's going to say char, and then we're going to say board size, board size. So board. Where is that? Did we do that somewhere else? Where's board? Where's board? Hey, what's up? It's me. I'm in the middle of editing this. Anyway, so I saw while editing this is a, I didn't, maybe you saw it and I didn't. Okay. But this is a declaration. We're declaring the board variable name. I'll come to that conclusion somewhat by the end of talking about this part, because we keep going on after this. To the next, we go on to this one and to this one. It won't be too bad. Hopefully, we'll see. Anyway, that being said, yeah, this is actually the name of a board variable that's getting declared using this void initialized board. So this is like a local. I'm pretty sure this is like a local scope variable inside of the initialized board function. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I just thought of that just now. Maybe that's what's going on here. That being said, let's continue on with the video. Oh. All right, we're gonna have to look that up. Where they got board from? Board.h, board.h. Is that what they're talking about? Board size, board size. Let's ask ChatGPT. Actually, in this CPP file, .cpp file, let's go to the end and let's say, what are we saying? For the void initial, for this part, what's the, let me do this. Two of those. What's the board inside the parentheses referring to? After, in parentheses, after char referring to. Boom. All right. The board inside the parameters refers to a two-dimensional array of char type elements. This is okay. Yeah. But why board? Board is the name of the array parameter. Within the function initialize board, we would refer to this array as board. All right. So that's the name of the array is board. And so this is how we would cook up an array. So to cook up an array, we would go in C++, we would go char board. Is that how you spell it? Yeah. Dot 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 dot. This right here. Hold on. Microphone's in the way. Instead of going char board equals dot 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 comma dot 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 question mark. Exactly. We've got the right idea for how our arrays are declared in C++. When we want to create an array, we use square brackets to specify the dimensions of the array. Here's how we... What? Okay. Okay. It's a 2D array. Okay, so the syntax charboard equals this is not correct for declaring arrays in C++. This resembles an attempt to assign... Okay. So inside of these goes numbers. Okay. Okay, so this... Let's grab it up here. So this 1, 2. Let's look at the example. Would make 1 row. What the? Look at the arrays. They don't even look like arrays. They have curly braces. Would make something like this. No. Stop. Stop. I can't freaking... I forgot you can't use enter in this. Something like this, and then another array inside of it with like that. Yes, more accurate way to visualize it. This declaration sets up a 2-dimensional array with 1 row and 2 columns. So it would look like that, basically. So arrays in C++ use curly braces. Come on now. Yes. I should have said short answers, bro. Short answers. Short answers. Come on now. You see me ignoring everything you type except 1 or 2 points from the beginnings. I thought you were learning. All right, cool. Jeez, this thing. All right, so cool. So that's what it looks like. That's what an array is going to look like in this thing. So here's if this was board size 3, look, here's 3 right here. 3, it would make an array, and inside the array, I guess that's this inside. Okay, so this right here are these 3 things. And then this right here are these 3 things inside of each one of those 3 things. I think that's how it goes. Pretty sure. All right, so that's cool. We know that now. Interesting, interesting. So that's what's going on here. This is initializing the board, which now equals something like this. Let's get the curly braces out. And inside of that, it's going to have, there's going to be 8 of them. 1 with 8 inside of this one. So 7 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this copy 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. All right, let's make them match up. So basically, when we initialize it, this is what it looks like. And this is what the display will look like if we don't, or not really actually. The display would be this with without the commas. It would, okay, cool. And then move piece, here's the initialization, and then we've got start. We've also got a start row, start call, in row, and in call as the parameters. All right. And this doesn't do it here because this is the .h. It would do it over here when we have the char board size here. Initialize board charge board size. Yes. So this is making that thing with the commas, the double array, that nested array or whatever with all the commas and whatever. And then for row 0. Okay, and then this is filling it up with R's and B's. So this creates it, and then this fills it up with the R's and the B's, depending on where it is. I mean, we've already gone through this. And then this does the same thing. It starts with the 1 through 8 with the spaces. And then it starts with row plus plus. Row plus equals 1 for all the columns. We've seen this already. Let's run this thing. Just come on, man. Right, you see this? All this at the top? Shut up. Shut up. All right, so that's cool. The other question is, what's wrong? What happened? Why isn't it working anymore? We'll figure that out actually right now. Yes. Okay. So we got checkers 4 and piece.h expected a... Oh. Did I delete something? Here? Oh, this. That's not supposed to be there. Save it. Try it again. Let's close it. Another thing I was thinking about earlier. I know that these videos are not like professional in the sense of, hey, you know, cuts and no mistakes and whatever. But listen to me, okay? That's real school. Okay, that's how school goes, all right? It makes it easy to somewhat digest, but it's not reality. Reality is a lot of doing whatever you got to do to get it done. I don't even know if I said that right. But that being said, I think we've got this down by now. We saw we've already gone through this. We know what's going on here. What else we got here? We've done that. We've already done that too. Let's go to the main.cpp. And then this is this right here. This is that right here. This right here is this right here. It's waiting for us to give it a row column. Row 3, column 2, 3, 2. Boom. Destination would be 4, 3. 4, 3. Boom. All right. So that's what this is. And if it's invalid, no, okay, we can't do that anyway. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. All right. So now that we know all that, and remember, we've got start row, start call, in row, in call, minus on here because, as we see here, we're starting at 1 instead of 0 when we're talking about this one. Okay, because this gets printed out, and then we start with the for loop on 1, but it's 0 plus 1. As we see right here, row equals 0 plus 1. All right, so we know what's going on. So now that we've done that, I can call this version whatever 0.5, and we can move on to the next step, which is, I forgot what it was, but we'll figure it out in the next video. All right, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.